This video, we're going to be talking about women empowerment, the idea of sexual harassment.
Spotlight hit you. Oh no, I need you like Jesus.
If we can talk to about that and to share, on the podcast, you're talking about it, and so I guess we're gonna go diving into the deep conversation, the deep issues, because it's really important that somebody does voice and say something about it, to educate others about it. So I think the idea of, like was talking in the podcast, sexism and
words.
yes.
We have to put words. Like, I mean, people used to say, okay, the girl was sexual harassed or sexually abused. I said, no. And if you say that the man sexually harassed, that man sexually abused, like seeing another point of view, if it happened that way, because let's say that 99% of the cases are like that, like the man abusing the woman. So I try to put it as clear as it should be. It has been so much under the shadow, not spoken. Me, myself. Then we're going to start talking about that. Then you're going to understand why Gabriela is not just an accident. She is a result of a woman that was sexually abused at 13 years old. And I only spoke about that when I was 32.
Wow.
So I know about the silence. I know about everything. So I said, you know what? It's time not only to talk about it. To talk is something, but it's time to spread.
To spread, yes.
To spread that I wasn't drunk. I wasn't in a party. I wasn't doing nothing wrong. Not that any of these kind of things could justify. But, tell her, you will see that these things happens more often than we imagine, and in places that sometimes you should feel very secure. At this moment, we're talking about martial arts schools, right?
Yes.
And then she's going to talk to you and talk and say her own words. But I feel very happy that because she's someone that we talk a lot. She's aware of all this. She could recognize,
Aqui, tipo assim.
No, it's in English, Gabi.
Sorry. Judo.
Yeah.
And I used to train at a judo place like near my house. My coach was being like very aggressive. He would like kick us or stuff like that when we wouldn't get the technique right.
Yeah.
It got to a point that he put me and my friend at the same day, exact time, against the wall, choking us,
Both hands
like both hands, one on me, one on her. And after that, I told her, we need to like tell everyone about that. Like, you need to tell your parents. I need to tell my parents. And she was like, no, I won't tell my parents because like, I don't know, I'm scared. I was like, okay, but are you going to keep on suffering things like that and just stay in silence because you're scared? Parents and all that. But I also told my parents, and my parents thought it was unacceptable,
Yes, definitely.
The thing is, I asked Gabriela, do you see any coach or professor of our school grabbing any student by the neck? Do you see that happening? She said, no. And if you saw that happen, would you feel that it's okay?
Okay, yeah.
So the thing is, sometimes things happen and the girls are not even aware.
Yes. Awareness.
It's unacceptable. So by spreading the news, first things is being aware that's unacceptable. And second, be very confident that you must do something to change it. Because if one day in the past, if it was a methodology of teaching, come on, it's not time for it anymore. Not time at all.
Also, he was doing so many things like for the sexism. I don't know if I said that right.
Yeah.
But
cleaning the trophies.
Yeah, he would put all the girls to clean the trophies and everything. But he would say, okay, girls go clean, boys, you can do whatever you want. And I was like, okay, that's not normal. At first, I thought he would say, like, at the first time he did that, I thought it was like, okay, he said today the girls, but next time it will be the boys. I thought it was going to be like,
And
one
the boys
day
were
it's a
playing
girl.
ball at the match, right?
And I thought one day it would be the girls, the other day would be the boys. But then it happened a second time. So I went to see the coach. I was like, would you mind like explaining why the girls need to clean and the boys can do whatever they want? And his answer was, because I decided that's the way I want. But honestly, I don't think it's all right. I think it's like a disrespect. Like we're there to like learn. All right, we can help for cleaning stuff, but boys too, you know,
teach, especially girls, how to live. And then it was the time we decided that was time for her to change the club. Okay. And by the time she got a concussion and then she was out of training because of this concussion. But the other club and the team was already aware
that I was gonna start training there.
That she was moving, changing clubs. And then she was at home, and then she got a message with some prints, screenshots
from a girl that like helped me, to be honest. Like if she didn't do her part, I don't know what would have happened, you know.
Situation.
So what happened is that she received the screenshots. She came show me the screenshots, and then the screenshots it was a chat with the boys of the school. Of course, their mentors, professors weren't part of the chat. Painted to Gabriela, be aware, okay? They're not like having fun. They're really talking serious. I know these boys because I've been seeing things. So be aware. They say that you beautiful, you come in to train with them, and then the first week they're gonna be nice with you. We have all the screenshots, and the second week they're gonna sexually assault you. Wow. So that's the plan. And then we got the screenshots, and the first I just did something like let's pretend they being very teenager and irresponsible. And then I came myself from my account and text them. I said, can you guys please stop?
No, but like the thing is, they would take my Instagram pictures and make like edits, sexual edits with them in the pictures.
Yeah. And then we have I had the photos here, but then what happened is that I asked them to stop. And especially one guy in particular, that he was more active. But I asked them to stop and say, come on, she should be welcome. I know you guys maybe are having fun, or you don't understand how wrong it is what you guys are saying. But I would beg you guys, please, to stop. Let's pretend nothing happens, okay? And then what happened? They kept talking. And at this point, I said, okay, I understand there is something serious happening. And then I had to share everything with the coach and the school. And they understood that we were talking about a cybercrime, because they were having really threats, really feeling secure about going there to train, and that was a real thing.
My dad had to go bring me and stay there the whole time until like the classes finishes, to like be there, you know.
And we had to do that as parents. It's not okay. It's not right that in 2021 a girl has to leave one club because she's feeling sexism at this environment. And then before she gets at the second club, she doesn't even step her foot at the second club, and she gets to know she's being threatened. I said, what happened? What's happening, right? What is happening? Because of course she's used to do jiu-jitsu at her dad's school. And First, because of the environment that we are building our school, it would never happen. But also because she is in her family environment.
Yeah, she's
But
safe.
she was able to recognize all this. She talked to us at the first time. She at the first school, she talked to us, she shared with us, and all the time we take it serious, because I think sometimes also parents, when they get this feedback from the kids,
they think they're exaggerating and stuff like
or they don't take it as serious. So
because I remember my friend that that got choked too.
Yeah.
I finally convinced her at the end to tell her parents, and she told her parents, but her parents were like, okay, yeah, well, if it happens another time, tell me. It's not a big of
another
a deal.
time, like if the first time was acceptable. So there are a lot of work to be done to empower the women, the girls. So it's not only at their minds, also the parents must really learn how to stand up and understand that we have to change this world right now. Right now. So I don't care if people tell her that, oh, you dramatic, you take everything, you do just a big thing every time something happens to you. I said, we're gonna keep that way, because that's how we believe we will change the world. Because we should not accept once someone grab her by the neck. Not once. That she keeps cleaning.
And the worst, everything, like the worst thing about the choke was because it was in the middle of the class. Everyone was there. No one said a single thing. Everyone was like in silence.
Bystander,
So it still happens. Imagine, and we are in a very, let's say, in a country that, in theory, we are in a safe place for women, right? We are not in a very, how they say, the opposite of feminist, like a. So knowing that it happens now in 2021 in a great area of Montreal for a girl, I got shocked. And I said, no. No. So the fact that she understands that doesn't matter what happens, she needs to share with us all the time she feels uncomfortable and she doubts if it's right or wrong. I tell her, if you have doubt, let's talk. Because sometimes it's clearly wrong. Sometimes let's see if it's going to happen a second time, and let's see, the context is not very clear. Or sometimes I say, just Gabi, you sensitive. So right now you know, we talk. But some things we really need to teach the girls that they have to stand up for themselves. And okay. Definitely. And also the boys, because I told my son too, I have a boy. Right. I told him, if someone touch you like that, you know. So the thing is, if girls, if you listen to me, and if you feel like that, you should talk to your parents. And if they don't understand the first time, you go talk to them the day after and say, listen, I talked to you yesterday,
but you didn't give credit.
I'm coming back and talk to you again, because it's really bothering me.
Or like, I don't feel safe.
I don't feel safe. It's important matter. It's important, point to divide the right from the wrong. Him, how it end up with the team. With the.
So like at the end, my coach, the one right now, he made all the boys with every parent like a meeting. It was like 30 people in the room around, right?
Yes.
Around 30 people to like say sorry for me and my parents, like the boys and their parents. So yeah, it was like at this point got really serious. But at the same place, like they got so mad at me for like telling that, for like they don't like me at all.
So now she has another problem. Like, okay, the team is mad at her because she brought up the matter, the situation. You know, I tell Gabriela, we're talking with teens, with teenagers.
I honestly prefer.
It's better to keep distance.
Yeah, like I prefer my coach knowing that than like not feeling safe and something could happen, you know. I prefer them being mad but like feeling safe.
And I asked her, do you want to stop? Do you want to do something else? What do you want? No, I want to keep on going and train. I go there to train. I go to train, and that's my only
that's my only goal.
Only goal there in silence, and she lives in silence. But at least safe.
Yes, yes, definitely in a safe, more safe environment.
But imagine you go to train in a club, you have to get in silence and go out in silence because you had the courage to share something wrong that happened over there. And why is she still training at this place? Because actually, when you talk about levels of
because I'm having the opportunity also with that club to train with the Olympic team.
Yeah.
So like 3 times a week, 2 times.
Yeah.
2 times I go there, train with the Olympic team.
Wow.
So like it's bringing me to like a certain level that I always wanted it to reach. So it's a big opportunity, and I don't think I'm gonna let like teenagers like that are immature or whatever like ruin my future, you know. So like I was like, I need to keep a good mental, like to be strong, not let anything like stop me. And like at first I got really unmotivated. Do you remember? I got so fragile, everything. So but now I learned that I have to keep like my head straight and follow the right thing, you know, even if people are gonna say stuff, like I'm doing what I want to do, you know.
For all those that are listening, I didn't really want to interrupt you and in your train of thought, because I think everything that you said was so relevant and so needed and voiced upon. Like you said, that people for your for showing your courage and your vulnerability, and Fernanda, for you as well, for sharing with your daughter and to be accepting of her and that kind of emotion, because it is such an important issue. And like, and probably when I do post this, that there has been so much news around sexual harassment within the BJJ community, and it's like I said, unacceptable. It's an unacceptable behavior. For those that, I don't want to mention any names, but guys that I looked up towards as role models, you know, in the sport, as in competition, to go out and commit and shouldn't be. There's a fine line, you know, and there's a certain amount of respect that is needed around everyone. Still very prevalent. It's very conventional that the male is dominant, yada yada yada, objectify women, yada yada yada. No, it's not. It's not. Like, there has to be, you know, there has to be someone that speaks upon that. There has to be a good influence, and we can't trust, you know, what we're listening to, or movies, or, you know, these certain ideas.
I see and I understand that the parents themselves, they don't know how to recognize red flags or how to behave in certain moments. It's not their fault. It's like
they're trying.
They're trying their best. So okay, so I see some mothers out there, they doing their, it's like legit, they doing their best, but they really don't know how to react to these situations, even if towards them, with themselves. So because we're still at this right moment of changing the world on this matter. So I feel very, very bad, very sorry about the girls that maybe don't have that support on their mom, but maybe it's not their fault. It's just they don't know what to do. So today now we have this tool that's social media, and then maybe they can reach out these other women that are talking about this matter and talk to them if they don't feel they have the support at home.
Like my Instagram, I always make sure to tell everyone, every girl, that whenever if they need something, like they can message me. I'm there, you know, like to help. And like the amount of people I helped, like that's incredible, because like it shows that I'm doing the right thing, you know. And I'm happy to be able to help people that like don't know what to do, and they're in a situation like completely, like, I don't know how to say,
desperate situations like that, and they don't find this the support at home because, as I told you, maybe their parents are not ready for that because they didn't receive themselves. So, you know, it's a kind of a snowball, They did not receive
Yeah,
themselves
that's
that. So
mm,
how they
can
will
feel
then
everything.
provide it to their
Mm,
kids. So it's not the moment here to change to judge anyone. It's like this
mm,
conscious parenting is also new in the
mhm.
world,
Yeah,
right? So it's
that's
everything
it.
is getting different right now.
Different. Yeah.
So we have to think about the old things, what we change, because
Mm,
there are old things that work and that
that
don't
word.
change.
Yeah.
Okay, I think it will. As I told my kids, there's some pillars in life that I
Mm,
believe are good for the rest of the human
mm,
history. But there's
mhm.
some things that we have to rethink.
That's it. Mhm.
That we
Yeah,
have to rethink. So
definitely.
it's a sometimes it's not stressful, but it requires a lot from us on daily heavy conscience on our acts,
Mm,
and
mhm,
think if it's right, if it's wrong. It's our
mhm,
homework. We should
mhm,
do that as human being
mhm,
to be better, as we do in our techniques in jiu-jitsu.
mhm.
So we have to get better inside the
Right.
mats, outside the mats, and think what we're doing, how we react. It's like exactly like jiu-jitsu. Jiu-jitsu teaches the perfect way to live,
Mhm,
is to improve. And how are we going to improve if we don't stop to think about the way we're living and how we think about certain situations? So, but now, what we're seeing right now, say, Gabi, now we are observing the boys that
mhm,
understand what happened to her, but
mhm,
decided to stay in silence, or in order to not lose their friends,
Yeah, they.
their
mm,
boy gangs, they
yeah,
decided to, okay, I'm not taking part on this matter. So
right.
how they are them helping to change it? Okay,
Mhm,
they themselves, they did nothing.
Mhm.
mhm,
Okay, they weren't active on the situation, but
But
mhm.
they
also,
could help to change the world by saying their friends,
Yeah.
say, look, I'm not
It,
I'm not okay with that.
yeah, but
mhm,
also it's extremely
yeah.
sad to know like that the
Mhm,
other girls on the club took the side of the boys
Exa-
because they
mm,
were friends since a long time and everything.
and they
mm,
felt like Gabriela would be a kind of a
mhm,
threat to the environment because it's a pretty
mhm,
girl coming to the teens place. You know
And
what?
then I
right.
was like, why do people hate me so much like for no reason? And they're like, oh yeah, but like you're having success and then people get mad at you for no reason just because you're
Mhm,
succeeding. So I think like
Imagine myself,
yeah,
teen, 15, 16 years old, with this social media,
yeah,
unlimited internet, worlds in my hands, like it's
yeah.
rare, it's
It
very,
is
very difficult
different.
to do the
Mm,
right thing. And the world
mhm,
is watching you. Everything can be screenshot.
mhm,
So it's really something that we have to help the teens more than ever, because now we have, at least here in Canada,
yeah.
cybercrime starts at 12 years old.
Wow.
Yeah,
but
so it's
also
cybercrime.
jiu-jitsu
That's
like on the other side, jiu-jitsu
Cybercrime.
has helped me on the self-defense
defense.
situation. Like there's
Mhm,
two situations that I had to deal with, like
yeah.
people like old men's like on the
Physical.
street, and jiu-jitsu
Also.
actually like jiu-jitsu helped me, to like be aware and stuff.
Mhm,
Actually, you didn't have to
mhm,
fight
I
them,
didn't have to fight.
but
yeah.
you could recognize
Yeah,
the
Mm,
danger,
mhm.
and
Yeah, their
because
body
if
and run.
language.
one second,
Recognize the danger.
yeah,
So sometimes
Yeah.
people think that jiu-jitsu will help you only like on the fight, at the ground
Yeah.
itself,
Yeah.
but no, just by the
Learning.
alertness.
The alertness. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's it.
recognize the environment,
because if I
feeling
took like
things.
2 more seconds to like see what was coming, I could like,
Yeah.
you know.
Mhm,
So that a lot. Jiu-jitsu really helps, and if we really take it serious, and if you do the homework of seeing the reflex of jiu-jitsu in our daily lives out of the mats,
mhm,
we can see how it works and
yeah.
how it helps,
Mhm,
even that we
mhm,
don't have to touch the other
mhm,
person's body and
mhm.
grab grapple do the grappling.
Yeah.
Even that it doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Before that, the jiu-jitsu mindset,
Mhm.
that's like this chess game, and understand the strategies, and understand
Yes. Yeah.
and feeling the seeing the threat, or oh my God, it's so powerful.
Yeah.
Kids should learn jiu-jitsu from young age. When I was with my
Sorry,
husband
stop
opening
being-
the school and we had the young kids, I was just repeating that because I knew it was true. But now after seeing my kids, my both kids being raised on the mat with jiu-jitsu, I just don't know if I would be succeeding as I am right now, alone, without the help of the art.
That is an incredible vehicle that isn't only transferable on the mats, but can be transferred into any parts of our life, right? And it really is a life-changing tool. As with the curriculum and just like learning about body awareness, knowing how to ignore these verbal cues. There's so much knowledge that is provided, right?
A lot.
You learn how to gérer tes émotions.
How to manage your
Manage your
emotions. I'm teaching you
Manage your
English. Is that
emotion.
happening?
Yeah,
Is
that's
that happening?
that's happening.
But just before, or if you forget, talking about your first experience against boys in the school, remember that's for me was the day I sold my soul to jiu-jitsu, talking about kids.
Okay.
Okay. Gabi, you were 8 years old, I guess.
Yeah,
8 years old.
Nine.
Or 9, yeah.
Around that.
Okay.
At elementary school.
Yeah.
And it happened that
there was this boy, he was 1 year older than me. I think he repeated his year, something like that.
Yeah.
But he was so much stronger, taller, and everything. And for like 1 week, 1 week straight, he would come to me and be like, I don't believe you do jiu-jitsu. I don't believe you don't look like you do jiu-jitsu. Let's fight. And then I was like, no, but jiu-jitsu is not meant to fight like in school or whatever. And then I came back home. I was like, Dad, can you help me like manage the situation? Because there's this boy, he's coming up to me every day, like asking to fight me and all. And my dad was like, oh no, invite him to go to the gym, because there is a place where you can actually and then I go there the next day and I wait until he comes up to me because it would obviously happen because it was happening every day. So I go there and I'm like, oh, like, you know what, you should definitely just come get a trial class on the gym. Like, I'll give you the information if you're interested, and there we can fight, because there is like the class, and here in school is not the right place to do that.
Yeah, that's right.
But so then he got like really mad. He was like, okay, so you're lying, you don't do jiu-jitsu and all, right? Bothering.
But let's make the long story short. The thing happened that he came and fought to fight Gabriela at school to check, because she was doing the step number 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
But it happened that even following other steps 1, 2, 3 of bowling pro, he came to fight her.
Because at the beginning of the 1 week, like I already knew the step 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, because my dad had already taught me everything. But like for the 1 week, I was ignoring him because like actually it wasn't bothering me at first. But it got to a point I was like, no, come on, like, are you done?
But at the point is, he got Gabriela to fight, and then Gabriela fought with him.
No, actually, it was winter. I was like with my friends playing on the
snow. On the ice.
On the ice. Nice. So it was extremely dangerous, and he just pushes me like by my back.
Yeah.
And like starts like, okay, come on, let's fight. But yeah, continue.
Wow. And then after she scrambled with him and controlled him and told him, stop it. And okay, she did that. When we went to pick up Gabi at school, we went to the principal, we talked and everything that happened. And then we came back home. And then at this point, I was worried. Okay, he fought Gabriela. And then at this point right now, I was worried. And then Rodrigo told me, you know what, Fernanda, let's see what's going to happen right from now. But Gabriela was able to reverse the fight and control him. Don't worry. Don't talk to her about that. Let me guide the situation. I said, okay. The day after was when I sold my soul to jiu-jitsu. Why?
Yeah.
This girl put her backpack get ready to the school, like with her ponytail, with everything like a little girly, and went to the school without even asking me a single question. Even ask me or show any kind of stress or doubt. I was the one taking her to the school, not my husband who was working. And I saw that. I said, but come on, she's going to the school where this boy is in, and she's not worried and she's confident and everything is all right with her. It's like just another day of school. And she got into the school and I called my husband and said, what's happening? He said, you know what? That's the power of jiu-jitsu. We cannot guarantee that bullies won't be around, but we can guarantee that the trauma won't stall in their lives.
Like, since I knew the step 1, 2, 3, like first ignore, second talk to school, like talk to the school and your parents, and like tell them, aware them that if you need to defend yourself, you will. So like I already had like warned everyone, so like if ever I had to defend myself, I wouldn't be in trouble, you know.
And she wasn't in trouble, so she was confident and she went to school, and the guy didn't approach her anymore, of course, because
but I remember at the end the parents of the dude were like, oh yeah, but she fought against him and tried to reverse.
And I said, no, I just reversed and controlled him because he came to fight against me. And the thing, just to tell you, is like the thing that a girl 8 or 9 years old went to school and get fought by a boy older than her, taller than her, stronger than her, and it doesn't touch her confidence to go to the school the day after. Come on.
That's the
that is day I said, wow. Wow, I would be afraid to come back to the school. Right? And it was never a trauma. She speak about this day like, okay, it's something that happened in my life, and just that. How many adults today have their confidence affected because they had an experience like that and they didn't know what to do.
Jiu-jitsu is a life skill. It's like swimming. You put your kids to swimming because at some point in their life they're going to have to do that. They're going to be exposed to the water, and like you said, Fernanda, was that bullies can be anywhere. They can come in many shapes and forms. So jiu-jitsu has been a tool to be resilient and to again build that awareness and to know the process of how to deal with those certain situations. And like Gabriela, you said, mentioning about managing your emotions, it's so important that we do that and being a better human because of that. And there's so much value and knowledge that we've been sharing with the time that we have.
My message is, everyone, like, I totally recommend jiu-jitsu like in any life situation, because honestly, like I told in the beginning, was one of the first things I said. I don't see my life without jiu-jitsu anymore. Like, it changed my whole confidence. I know I can like walk on the street and like I'm not afraid because I know what I could do. Like, I have a confidence to talk to people, not be scared or anything of people judging me or whatever. I just like jiu-jitsu changed not only like the confidence on my self-defense, but also the confidence on me, because it showed my value. Jiu-jitsu like showed my own value to me. You're hiding what happened to you when you could like change the whole thing, you know, like, okay, all right, people are for sure gonna say bad stuff, because people, like, not everyone is like getting there, you know, like on the other time, involving as a human being. But for real, like, if you don't have anyone to talk, you can also anytime come talk to me, my mom. We are also anytime there to help you, but don't ever stay quiet, because then you're only como é que se rebaixando?
No, you only
you're only putting yourself in a bad situation. Like, when you can talk, like, okay, it's hard, but it's the best thing to do, you know. So don't be scared. Don't be scared. We have to girl power, you know.
Imagine a world where being a jiu-jitsu black belt would be mandatory in schools, like secondary school, you know, like high school. Would the world be better? And how better the world would be? That's the question. And I just was like, dreaming with my eyes open. I said, my goodness, it would be just such a wonderful place to live. And like at this day, I said, my God, I really have to spread it, because I'm living it. As I told you, I met my husband because of jiu-jitsu. And 22 years together already. So what I can tell you is, like, I really believe the world would be a better place as we spread jiu-jitsu to the humanity. It's like not just the art itself, but everything that comes along
because people say like, oh, jiu-jitsu is only a sport. No, it's not.
Yes.
Exactly. So I truly believe it. So give it a try and understand there is no magic. You won't learn or get the benefits of jiu-jitsu with you will get some, but not the full package with few months or even one or couple of years of jiu-jitsu. Believe in the journey, believe in the process. Believe it's a long term. One day you just will see the transformation. And then you see, oh my God, I don't know when it happens.
It's gonna happen naturally, right?
Yeah.
It's gonna happen naturally.
Yeah,
But
that's
believe in the process.
That's it. Oh my goodness. Yes, that's wow. So incredible. So much value there.
The harder you have to work, you usually in life it works like that, right? Or the longer it takes to get the result, maybe it's the solid the results are, the deeper it touches you,
Yes.
what I mean?
Yeah.
So we if you want it really to change you and to change your perspective in all the areas of your life, you have to give it time. You don't buy a pill on the counter at the pharmacy and and see the magic happening. Right? But the thing is, I don't know one single person that has done jiu-jitsu for years that doesn't share the same experience as I do, as you do. So it is a fact.
Yeah. Platform, how jiu-jitsu. We've covered so many deep and meaningful topics with the time that you've shared with us today. So again, a huge thank you from the bottom of my heart, Gabriela and Fernanda, for joining us with us today and sharing your time. And because that's a wrap, everyone. Thank you so much for listening. Make sure, if you haven't already, give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and comment down below your favorite piece of advice. And we'll see you in the next time. Keep smiling, keep training hard. So here, treino duro. Peace.
Yeah.